Welcome to Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium, home to the East Carolina Pirates, where the purple has engulfed this place as they are ready for a showdown. There's just something about the nightcap. After a day of wall-to-wall football, it just seems this is when chaos ensues. As we'll see a squad from the AAC, the UNLV Rebels, taking on a team from Conference USA, the East Carolina Pirates. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Rebels will put total leather and we'll get started. Looking for blockers. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. So the East Carolina Pirates offense takes the field to start this game off. And when you have a quarterback like this guy, the entire offense feeds off of him, David.
Oh, everybody feeds off of his energy, and the whole playbook's open because you can trust on him. He's dependable on him.
He's also one of those guys, if he gets in a good rhythm, watch out. This dude starts firing strikes.
He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. To the ground. He's got it again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And how about the timing of the linebacker on the blitz to get in the backfield and get the tackle for loss?
Is there anything better for a linebacker than to run on a blitz and nobody's home except the back?
Such a great feeling when the Moses parts the Red Sea and the hole opens up and you go fill it.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Caught over the middle. It's Kelly. It's a fumble on the play. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
That looks like a really easy thing to do.
The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. So UNLV's offense will get the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. A great spot to start this drive for the offense. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
It's going to be interesting to see how the defense is going to try to defend these jet sweeps moving forward. They've got to have bodies in the perimeter of the field with their eyes looking at these receivers in motion, because they can hand it off to them at any time.
The Rebels are threatening in the red zone. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
And that's just a great individual effort by the wide receiver. He catches this ball way short of the sticks, but because he's able to make the defender miss, now he's able to get the extra yards and turn that into an explosive play.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Yeah, in this part of the field, man, those windows shrink, and it's hard as a quarterback sometimes to really force yourself to throw the football. You're sitting in a good spot in second and goal. Just throw that thing away. Don't take the sack and put you in a bad situation.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. He's got it on the move. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goal post. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. The field goal is no good. No change in the score.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
East Carolina sending the offense back to work. Last time they had it, they put it on the deck. The football was not riveted to their rib cage, Jesse.
Need 5 points of pressure moving forward, no doubt. And I'll tell you, they knew coming into this game that turnovers were going to be critical. They might give themselves a mulligan for that one, David, but that can't keep happening.
Yeah, but don't change who you are and what you are. Don't get gun-shy because of mistakes. I think that usually turns into more mistakes. So keep doing you, keep being aggressive.
Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29.
The counter play is a great play to mix in because defensively, you're not looking for the counter. You're looking to attack, attack, attack. All of a sudden, 2 guys pull across the formation. Now you got to change your direction really quickly, and it keeps you off balance and really keeps you on your heels.
The Pirates will move the sticks with the 1st down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that 1st down.
With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got a man, it's right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
Quickly complete. At midfield, he's got room. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
They'll run it from the gun. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Looking to throw, it's Hauser. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Makes his connection. They make the stop if this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the second quarter. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. Got it, looking for the first down. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
Going to the run, it's Montgomery. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run, then you open it up for the passing game.
Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Well, this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have a nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line, finding creases.
Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
And I love the physicality of this offense. It's third and goal. It's money time. I've got to be more physical than you. And that's exactly what this offense just did. Put the ball on the ground and put it in the end zone.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The returner will field it and try to do some business. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Guys, the running Rebels offense ready to go back to work. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. The play-action fake. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. On third down, he drops to throw. Got his man on the right. This offense has... a fresh set of downs at the 23.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, receivers got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
But we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches it.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Trying play action. Got his man quickly. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And it's incomplete on 3rd down. And the Rebels send out the punt unit. Looking for a block. It's right. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
2nd down coming up. Looking downfield, it's Hauser. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Man, and that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
Pocket starts to collapse. Finds his man, it's Savage. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down. They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? Sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella I trust. I'm going to find that matchup, get him the football for the 1st down.
Flying out to the left. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, ECU. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Arizona is up big right now, and what's shaping up to be a blowout they'll remember in Tucson for some time. They're up by 18 over the Coyotes. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Line gets set, 1st down. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Working that left side now. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They'll start this one from the 29 on 1st down. He's going to pass. With the catch, it's Thomas. And he'll be run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Not a very productive play there.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. Finds the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the 1st down. On third down, going up top. Quick strike complete.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
The Rebels decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On the move, it's right. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. The D scoops it up, and everybody reverses field. Touchdown, Rebels! Not content to get the fumble, they scored with the fumble.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Coming after him. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. If they have any intention of getting this drive going, they better come up with something on 2nd and long from the 10. Pressure coming. Hit as he throws. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Wow. I don't love that throw by the QB, man. It's not a good idea to lob the football anywhere in the middle of the field because it gives defenders an opportunity to rally to the ball and knock it away.
Unloads it downfield. And the ball is intercepted. Trying to take it back at the 20. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, one of the best atmospheres in football, and we've got a fun one from Greenville. And it'd be easy to say these two offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics.
And the Pirates will kick it away to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They start this third quarter, 1-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. They'll run it from the gun. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Rebels will send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. He's got great speed. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Pirates. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Man, you just can't put a price on having a guy like that back there to return punts, and he turned that one into a touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The UNLV offense ready to return to the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
He wants to throw here on second down. Catch in the middle, it's Connerly. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you got to put the ball out in front of your target. And when you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a first down like they did right there.
To the ground to try to move the chains. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense, because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
They're setting up the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
The give to the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Running it back, it's right. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Quick release on the RPO. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Using the quick game. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
The Pirates will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Sometimes as an offense, you like run plays, and you like running it right into the teeth of the blitz. That's what happened right there. Everybody up front got a hat on a hat, and they were able to crease that defense.
Guys, East Carolina carries the lead into the quarter break. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Defense there to stop him after a pickup of 2 down to the 15. They're about to snap it for the 9th play on this drive, and they need a yard on 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And the Pirates get it past the sticks.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together, back to back to back.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, East Carolina. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. The kickoff unit about to go to work. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner goes down. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Stopped at the 28, but a big 15-yard pickup gives him some breathing room. They'll throw it on 1st down. And the quarterback is snowed under.
And this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up. And this is why this team is losing. You got to protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. He's got the tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it. He's loose down the left side. At the 20. Touchdown, UNLV. And once he got loose, it was all over.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Bringing it out. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stops, and it'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. To the air, it's Hauser. Gets open down the middle. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing, you need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Good, solid tackle. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. They'll try to run for it. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Pirates have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback checking the play. They'll give it to him again. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
And the Pirates looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. They'll keep it on the ground. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
You start day 1 of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. Not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down.
Get set.
To the air, it's Hauser. And this will be incomplete as the game comes to a close. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another